Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oath Esports. We have another day of Valorant gameplay tonight. We just come back from a spring break, so hopefully everybody had a nice, relaxing break. I'm Aiden Tees, and I'm here with Isaac Linked Ghost. How are you, Isaac?
Doing good. Doing good. You have a good spring break yourself?
Yeah, I did. I was able to go home from school and see my family, so it was just a nice, relaxing week. So.
Nice. W.
hmm but now going into this week, we're actually there's actually a little bit of some gameplay changes that we're going to be looking at this week. This is the first week that Gecko is allowed to be played. So we might see him for the first time in our league, and then we're also playing a new map. We're also playing Lotus. This is the first time that we've had Lotus in the map pool for the league as well. So two pretty fairly new things coming into the game tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this new agent, this new map. I know the map's been out for a little bit, but I
hmm
haven't played much myself of this map. I've only played it once or twice, but the few times I have, I've enjoyed it. I like how it plays. You can do some crazy things, especially with that spinning wall over by B and A, or maybe it's B and C. I don't know.
hmm
But I'm excited to get into it, man. I think this map is like one of my favorites, Haven. So, of course I'm gonna be excited whenever I get to commentate one of a map similar to one of my favorites.
Yeah. I definitely think there's opportunity for some interesting gameplay. Just like you said, it's pretty similar to Haven. It does have three sites. It has A, B, and C. So that's makes it one of two maps in the game now, with the three bomb sites. So it does allow for a little bit more options, especially for the attack. Um, and so yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see how these teams decide to play this. Um, for this first game, we are going to be having Cryptid versus Ace. So yeah. Um, I do wanna hit on. I did mention get this is the first week that Gecko is going to be allowed to be played. So we're just gonna go over the abilities of Gecko real quick. Um, mainly because he's kind of good, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him at some point tonight, whether it's in this first game between Cryptid and Ace, or if it's in the second with Damage and Vandals. So, just gonna go over his abilities real quick. Isaac, do you want to talk about any of them?
Um, so I also have not been keeping up to date with the new agent because I still struggle sometimes with the current ones, but I do know that this guy's broken. It seems like he's kind of got, it seems like there's another agent. It seems like there's a 6v5 now if you have Gecko on your team because of the little guy that gives you the ability to plant the bomb. So super advantageous there. His molly is tricky. It's different than kind of all the other mollies in the game. I really like how it has a delayed use time, but it's super powerful. So if you get a really good molly throw and you manage to catch three people inside of it, I mean that's 50 damage to each of them, just like that in an or not an instant, but after a few times it damages them all, like with a wave almost. And then his flash, I haven't seen it yet in action, but it seems like it's pretty good. So, maybe we'll see it in this game. As of right now, it does look like we are going to buy Reshiram. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely. So obviously it's locked in now, so we will be able to see some of his abilities in action. So yeah, um, definitely exciting. They will be starting on defense first, so might not be able to see the aggressive plays that can be brought with um with his
Select your
little
agent.
little guys, I guess is how you can
Yeah.
his little buddies. Um, but I definitely think there's opportunity for some interesting plays with Gecko on the board. So I'm pretty excited to see this.
Yeah, I mean, especially on this map too, because I feel like it's with there being three sites, the ability to make the most out of your utility, and especially with Gecko's, seemingly overpowered utilities right now, if you can get them down and use them how kind of the creators had envisioned, then I mean it can just set your team up for success super easy. And I'm sure that's what Ace was going for when they had Reshiram pick Gecko.
Yeah. I do want to point out both teams decided to go a little bit of a different route for the controllers. Even we see already Cryptid with the Astra, and then Ace deciding to go with Brim. Um, I think honestly, I like the Astra pick on this map. This is a pretty big map, and so being able to have that global reach that Astra has with all of her abilities, I think is going to be pretty strong on in any situation really, because it doesn't matter where the Astra is,
Mm-hmm.
they're still going to be able to use their utility on the other side of the map, close by, medium range, it doesn't matter. So I actually really like that choice for their controller.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially on the three site map, the ability to have an impact on all three sites at one time is huge. I like the Killjoy picks. I personally don't play Killjoy, but I love when my teammates do because of the information and I mean both the information and the aggressive plays you can make with Killjoy. Not just kind of a watch the flank character, but also can get super aggressive and help you create some creative pushes. So excited to see what Lion Gamer and Mosaic can do with Killjoy. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, seems like we're getting right into it. I'm excited, Aiden. I'm excited because the few times I did play this map, I had a lot of fun, and there's some fun corners that are deeper than you would think.
Hmm.
It feels like. So it'll be interesting to see if people forget the or if people remember the fundamentals of always check your corners.
Yes, it's a very windy map. Um, you know, though it does have similarities to other maps, it's still very unique. Um, and yeah, like you said, those corners can really get you, especially on
Blasting them.
this one. So already, Cryptid jumping into
Super
action,
aggressive.
pushing right out onto site. Min is already deep, pushing forward
There.
in this position. Does have the opportunity onto Dr. Ghoul. Oh, saw the gun barrel. So Dr. Ghoul's
Dizzy's up top.
presence will be known, and Reshiram already sending out
See ya.
Check the
Gecko
corner.
ability.
Check the corner.
Finds that first
Right
pick.
there.
Ghoul with a headshot and typicality with one of his own.
They're just gonna hop. They're just gonna hop it.
One enemy remaining.
See, just look at the ability right there with the wingman right there. Um, not Apex Legends wingman. We're not referring to the pistol here. We're talking about the Gecko
The
little
little
guy.
buddy.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you have another. You just. I feel like it is going to completely change almost the fundamentals of Valorant because before if you were in a 1v2 but they had a defuse, if one was defusing, you had a 1-on-1. That's not the case anymore now if Gecko's still alive on the other team, and you just saw right there they still had all 5 people up and gunning because they had the wingman on the defuse. So I mean you're already seeing it's Gecko's power come to play in the first round there.
Yeah, and that's definitely gonna slow down Cryptid a little bit here, as now they're just stuck with the pistols. But Min finds a nice early pick, and will get the overheal, so that's 150 health on the board for Min. So this is totally doable.
seem like we're seeing a little bit of patience here from Cryptid. They might start getting aggressive here from the B site, but the Killjoy utility will slow them down.
Yeah, Min is upgraded to the Spectre as well.
There.
Oh my goodness. Almost had the timing on the Dr. Ghoul. Swings out, goes for a
Ooh,
third.
not able to get the second.
Still does quite a bit of damage. So Cryptid still in a pretty good position here and choosing to rotate away over to
30
C
seconds
site
left.
where it looks as though
It's free.
Kai is already pushed up.
This looks like a free. Should be a free, assuming they. There we go. A free spike plant for Cryptid. Man, they have a good post plant situation set up here. I mean, Ace is gonna have to play together to retake this here. Gonna read it. He is gonna read it.
Just walking up, trying to find these 1v1s so that way they can make it out. They do have this gun advantage though, so that is going to be huge on this retake. By just holding this corner as typicality.
He gets one.
But Fry using the ghost, he finds that first
He doesn't even smoke.
One
looking
enemy
for
remaining.
more, swinging out. Lion
So
Gamer
weak.
with
Thrifty.
and that's a thrifty round
Calling
for
my
Cryptid.
I mean, that looked dire there for Cryptid for a little bit. I mean, I thought that, you know, they were in a post plant situation. They did seem to be set up kind of well, but Reshiram got that first pick to bring it back to a 3v3, and then they have numbers advantage, or not numbers advantage, weapons advantage. But Fry is able to get 2 huge picks, and stay alive in that corner. So just solid composure from Cryptid after getting the spike down.
Yeah, and that I do want to point out, Min with that first opening pick really opened, like,
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
that just opened things up
incredible
perfectly.
shot.
You know, the the shot with the sheriff, and then to push forward, able to upgrade it to the Spectre, allows from to really just push up real just so far into the defender spawn to where there's just nowhere they can really go. They can't really move around too much, and so they were just limited to half the map. And because of that, the rest of Cryptid were able to move around freely over on the C site, and it just worked out perfectly for them because of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's either haunting or encouraging, whether it happens on your team or not, when you just hear the shot of the one tap of a sheriff go off and you see it in the kill feed. It either just gives you a boost if it's on your team, or it's just like a hard, just brick wall if it happens against you. That ring of just damage, I guess, from the sheriff. And that's what we saw with Min in that last round.
And I think Reshiram was actually spotted out by Bunny Fufu on that initial jump peak. And I think that's why they're kind of playing it a little
Man with another
slower,
opening.
but yeah, another opening, and just going to continue to move forward. Finds a second onto Dr. Cool, and continuing to push forward. Try and hunt down these defenders with a third onto Mosaic.
He's just going to keep getting aggressive.
One enemy remaining.
There's the fourth. He's going to go for the
He knows. He got it. I mean, if you got it, you just keep going. After May got that first pick, he's like, okay, I'll challenge again. Got the second, and then he's like, okay, I'm just gonna hold the W key until they kill me, and they didn't. So 5 easy kills, 5 quick kills on the round from in there. Give them the lead after that. After they lost the first round, but 2 nice rounds back to back there from Cryptid.
Yeah. And I will say, for Ace right there, like, not being even though they weren't able to find a pick, I mean, that's still totally fine. They weren't really expecting to. It was a save, especially knowing that Cryptid had rifles. So that's a pretty difficult round to go through.
Try to get the spike down. And with another off the zip line.
Getting really aggressive, and now Kai trying to get the upgrade to the rifle. There's the smoke to give him a little bit of cover to be able to pick it up, but Bunny Fufu's actually in a really good position.
Great
here.
Useless.
Kai with a nice pick. Unfortunate timing there for Bunny Fufu. 3v3 here left. Time is running out for Ace. They may just try to save. It seems like that's what they're going to do. They did read Fly trying to catch them as they were running away. Lion Gamer is out of there too. He did not want to feed Ace another. And well, he just had the spike instead. But yeah, I mean, good, quick plant there from Cryptid onto that Ace site. I mean, we were still breaking down the last round when they already had spike down. I mean, just solid performance there from Cryptid. And I have to say it because I can't get out of my head. Is it just me, or does Gecko kind of look like Luffy? Or not Luffy, Zoro. I don't know why. I see the green hair, and it just makes me think of Zoro. I don't know why. I just had to get out there because it's driving me. It's just at the front of my brain. So now that it's out there, we can continue. Patience this time from
Yeah, slowing things down a little bit.
Cryptid. Germs is gonna have a huge task on their hands here. Oh, they're actually gonna rotate away. Yeah, Cryptid hears this. They're just gonna get on the site.
Yeah, Germ's just by himself, just gonna wait for the rest of his team, and I think that's the decision here. Trying to push in, especially when the entirety of Cryptid is already on site. I think that's just so much more difficult. So just gonna wait for the rest of his team so that way they can try and play together and get something going here. Min popping the ult, so already looking to get aggressive.
Able to get one.
Back up a little bit and just using the dismiss to try and get a little bit of information, but still holding this aggressive angle.
Trades on trades.
One enemy remaining.
It's left in a 1v3 for Mosaic. Not able to. Man is on fire right now. 4 on that round, an ace earlier. Solid performance coming out of Min here in just 5 rounds. Already up to 12 kills, 3 deaths, and 1 assist.
That's crazy.
Solid ult use there too. Just kind of locking down the lane from Ace's spawn there just by himself. Letting the rest of Cryptid kind of hold down the mid and back lanes, and they were able to just play tight, play together, play trades, and bring that one to their side.
Oh, that was really close. Kai almost finding that opening pick on Reshiram, and Reshiram the same way as well. Just the shots just barely flying over each other's heads. So close, but nothing quite happening yet as they open up the door, try and get some sprays through, do a little bit of damage. Mosaic here in this position, this might actually be pretty good, especially as the door's already been shot open.
Oh, it looks like Fry might be reading this. Fry is going to read it and get lucky timing. Unfortunate for Mosaic. They have full control of this B side as Fry's trying to get even more pressure onto the Ace's spawn.
Yeah, and he'll know that there's at least one person up at top B just because that Boombot was able to go
Germs
off,
on the flank.
Germs
on the flank. Are they ready for this? Oh, they unfortunate, not able to keep one. And now they have the Killjoy turret
Spike
there too.
planted.
And a 5v3 with Spike planted. I mean, this
your fear.
This is what you want if you are Cryptid. Man with another. Germ's able to peel one back. It's in a 4v2 here for Cryptid.
Germs will be able to upgrade to a rifle, but I'm not sure if there's enough time, so they might just decide to save. Reshroom's gonna get eliminated by Bunny Fufu on the lurk, and yeah, now Germs is trying to save this rifle, and Flash comes through and Min finishes it off.
Good read there from Min, just kind of guessing that Germs was there, and kind of just go ahead and close out the round, not leave anything up to chance for the next, not give him any extra guns, just shut it out there, shut it down there, put a full stop period on the end of that round. It's their 5th round in a row, Aiden, and it's kind of on the back of Min and Fry kind of just taking space. I mean, they're getting aggressive when they need to, but also playing patient, waiting for Ace to kind of think maybe they're rotating, maybe they're at a different site, and they're shooting the gap, you know. Russian with a nice early pick, but 2 quick trades from Cryptid.
You are divided.
And now with that Astro Wall down, that's gonna cut off pretty much the entire CT side. So this should be a free
That's a
plan.
nice Astro Wall.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
This looks like Dr. Gould maybe on the flank. I need to play this carefully though and not challenge too quick or too late.
Mosaic and Germs just slowly trying to walk up this spot. That's gonna get aggressive.
Oh, it's able to find one though.
Right
That
there.
is huge. And there's just one member on one member of Ace on each side of the map now. They just play together.
Yeah, this is such a tough situation, and I just don't think there's enough time. So they're just gonna choose to save those rifles again.
Man. Germs hears him. Germs hears him. But luckily they did not go into that. Oh, it's Dr. Gold. Dr. Gold is gonna
dance?
take out Fry there at the end of the round to, I don't know. I mean, sometimes you just gotta see one go in, right? Sometimes you just gotta see one go in, and maybe that's just what they needed. But again, 6th straight round win there for Cryptid. I mean, they're getting the spike down on almost every single one of these round wins, barring Men's Ace. Just solid teamwork coming in here from Cryptid, and just kind of a disadvantage, I guess, for Ace. Just having to defend 3 sites. It's not really giving them any type of chance to defend because Cryptid just takes all the space. I mean, look what they're doing right now. I mean, they're pushing Germs back, and they're already going to be on site by the time the rest of Ace gets there, and Men's already able to find Germs, so they're getting the spike down.
Decided to get aggressive again, finding that first pick onto Dr. Gould, and still looking for more. Swing out, finds it onto Typicality, and being able to escape with everything.
One enemy
Swings
remaining.
again, and that's 4.
Another ace?
That's it. That's 2 aces in the game already for Min.
You know I had to double it. Wow. I mean, so far, Min has 2 aces and a 4K. That is the power of Reyna, ladies and gentlemen. That is the power of Reyna. You know, the true, I believe the best frag operator in the game. Some people might think otherwise. I think it's the best, and you're seeing it on full form here. But, hopefully Ace can start to bring back some of the, try to halt the momentum before the side switch and maybe kind of get a few rounds back on defense. But man, Cryptid is playing so well as a team right now. And man, with another opener, that's almost 5 or 6 on the game now. But Dr. Gould with a nice trade.
Well, even things back up, but Fry.
Ooh.
Oh, there's the rocket. Just gonna be
I don't
able
know
to
if I'll
use
be able to
that
do anything with
clear
it.
things out, sends it towards CT. So it's going to push him back to defense just a little bit. But Typicality with the Brimstone ult able to stop the plant.
Mosaic no tries here. Not able to get the kill though. Fry stays alive. The
There's the
concuss comes
concuss.
through with the wingman. Cryptid now in a 2v3. Is this the round Ace need? Is this the round they're going to get to?
One enemy
Bring the
remaining.
momentum back in their favor. It is. It is. Well, I mean, the alt combination kind of plant denial there coming in from Ace. They used the Brim alt. They used the Breach alt. Denied the plant and then got, I believe, Lion Gamer or Bunny Fufu with the Brim alt. I mean, that was the round that was huge. That was a huge round.
Yeah, and for those of you wondering what happened right there with the Restroom and the Gecko ult, It works very similar to a sky dog, where you can drive it around, and it has a lunge. But when it hit, I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Fry that it hit.
You
When it
should
hit
run.
Fry, it then puts them into an effect of like being caught in the killjoy. That's what happened right there. For those of
Killed
you
my
who
boss.
wonder.
Bomb grenade out.
Oh no, Mosaic gets caught in the lockdown.
I thought Mosaic was gonna try to respond with Killjoy
With one
ult
of
of
his
their
own,
own, but
Min had pushed up. There's gonna be an immediate trade though, so it's okay. Fry holding his spot.
in a nice spot, able to get one, able to get two before they
Last player
traded.
standing.
Left the
Now
typicality in a
Typicality by
1v3.
himself, trying to find these
Let's try
picks.
one.
Finds the first one onto Fry, and Lion is
Beacon
actually
down.
fairly low, so this is totally doable.
Ooh, did not know Kai had an op, and that'll do it right there. That'll do it. I thought for a minute there, Typicality had a chance to win that 1v3. You know, had the high ground. You know, was Obi-Wan Kenobi in that situation, but not able to bring it home. Just a solid start to the round there from Cryptid with the Killjoy ults, and then two huge picks coming in from Bunny Fufu in the corner where the spike was planted.
Yeah, and Ace is still doing a decent amount of damage. They're still getting picks. That one trade is not going in their way. It's just, what a shot from Kai.
Ooh, early picks here from Cryptid, and now they're going to get aggressive here on C. And Min's got the ult pops, so he's just going to go. He knows Germs has been playing his ace side all game. Not there when he checks the corner, but he knows he's got to be somewhere close. He's just going to hold this lane down, let his team get the spike down, and Cryptid's going to set up for the post-plant situation. Ooh. Min is now weak.
Had a chance right there, but takes more damage than done, as now Ace trying to get something going here on this retake.
Beacon down.
Another pick from Min.
Last player standing.
There's two on the round, and the op from Kai to just shut it down. I mean, they just
Last
funneled
round in the
from
half.
that mid lane, and it seemed like Cryptid had the script. You know, I mean, they were all five were looking right there, ready. You know, they were ready for Ace's retake attempt through the mid lane, but just shut it down one by one. And you know, if Ace can win this round, you know what they say. You know, there's a so-called curse of the 3-9, and it will be
Possible.
Still possible. Anything is possible.
Catch them.
Yeah, taking a bit of a shot in the dark right there through the smoke, but Min just flashing through, making that space for
Quick
the
plant.
team. Yeah, and
Just gonna try to take
there's-
some extra space.
Well, keep the swing from happening of Min, but Min still looking to get a little aggressive. Getting ready to swing
The first,
looking for
second.
more, finds the second and is able to drop down and escape.
Oh, look at the utility use. I mean, and saw more, so Min knows that the rest are gonna have to be over there. I mean, they can just play this as long as they want. One round.
Enemy remaining.
Fourth on the round. We're not going to see it again, are we? We're not. Dr. Blue is going to shut it down. Tie with yet another round-ending shot with the op, but man.
Switching sides.
Cryptid has been so quick. Cryptid was so quick with their spike plants for the majority of those offensive rounds. I mean, it seemed like within 5, 10, 15 seconds, the spike was planted. They were in their power positions, and they just had to funnel towards Min or Kai with the op. I mean, great first half there coming out of Cryptid, but, you know, with 3 sides, it does usually seem to favor the offensive side. So, you know, maybe Ace can start bringing some rounds back now that they are on offense. But we could see Gecko be super instrumental and important to Ace's comeback here.
And already on the scoreboard, we saw that Restroom did have the spike, so it's possible that we end up seeing Restroom using the wingman to try and get the spike planted. Bunny Fufu is flash there, but
they didn't see.
It's the first. And Kai even able to respond
Spike
on that
planted.
trade as well. Mosaic aware of this flank and
Nice.
able to get the pick on him in, but the second one.
They don't. Oh, able to stay
Placing swarm.
alive.
Strong grenade. Oh.
2v2.
One enemy remaining.
2v1.
Now Fry. I think they do know that Fry is in this position though. Well, they do now for sure. And there's the flash gonna come through as he tries to escape, and Restroom just playing this time really, not giving Fry too much. Just kind of dancing around.
I mean, just not much time left. I mean, you might as well, right? You might as well. But Ace able to win their first offensive round opportunity. Gecko Restroom actually was able to get the spike down, I believe, with the wingman too. So already both teams were able to use Gecko's wingman in the first round of their no, both teams don't have Gecko. Restroom was able to use both of
In
the
the
offensive
first
and
round, they both
defensive
have,
power of the wingman to defuse the spike for the first half and plant the spike in the second half. There we go. Thank you. Finally, we got it, and we're getting active over here towards the B site. Dr. Ghoul with one already. Kai's playing in us.
Spike planted.
Oh! I thought Kai had the power position there, but Germ's able to get one back. They're in a 5v3 now. Dr. Ghoul with another one on the round. Here's his drop. Oh, out of ammo.
Trying to fight.
One enemy remaining.
The last two are there as well. Lion Game trying to get this damage through. Hits that right click with the classic, but there's just
nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just throwing everything back there.
That's an interesting little corner there, because like once you go down it, you're committed. You can't run. They know you're there, so why not just throw everything out there?
Yeah.
Either delay long enough where somebody can come up that zip line and come up behind you, or they're going to kill you with whatever they throw at you. But another good round from Ace. That's 2 in a row now. Dr. Ghoul with a couple huge picks on the round, including the opener. Just, maybe we're seeing just the sheer power of offense on this map, as it was looking dire for Ace on the defense, but they've won their first 2 rounds here on the offensive side. But Fry is getting super aggressive. Probably gonna read this from. He's gonna read this. He's gonna know Restroom is there. I'm the first.
But it seems as though Cryptid think that Ace is trying to move towards A. Yeah, they're just gonna be able to get the free plant over on C.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Ace there, I take that every time. I will. Because now look, it's already been 5 seconds and there's still no one on site, and there's probably won't be a gunfight until 15 seconds. So I take that team member for 15 seconds of the spike being down, but seems like Min and Astra are gonna come from the spawn side lane. But Germs is in a nice position to cause some damage.
Series of trades, but they're gonna Cryptid's favor. Mosaic trying to put in the work, able to find the first. No, Bunny Fufu's able to shut it down, and Fuse will come through as well, and Cryptid one step closer to closing out this map.
I mean, that was a huge round for Cryptid. I thought that if Ace were able to win that round, even with such a quick opening pick from Cryptid, that might have started to really shift the momentum of this map here. But I mean, after Cryptid got that opening pick onto Restroom, it seemed like they just had the had the speed, had the setup, and had the mentality to just go ahead and close out that round. You know, I did say that I would trade, you know, the team member to have an advantage and get the spike down to 15 seconds, but it seemed like Ace really needed that team member, so maybe not worth it. Nice
Finding a
opener.
very early opening pick on a Dr. Cool. Just gonna continue with the sprays through the smoke. Right
on the flank. But that is a firing squad, and they read that. Get back to a 4v4. This thing's slow way down here on Lotus.
Seems as though there's been enough doubt created in Cryptid's minds. So they've seemed to have rotated away. There's only one player on A.
I mean, Ace has the opening here, but they're kind of losing their time as Brain is
already on the flank.
I mean, you know the damage Min can cause, especially when you're not expecting him, but now they're trapped, they're pinched. I mean, this is a great position here from
30 seconds left.
They're gonna have to fight Min here.
Are gonna
Swinging out,
find
there's
the
the pick.
Caution here.
So now that's the flank. taken
another
care of.
one from Germs.
One enemy remaining.
Trades on trades on trades. I left
Spike
in a
down
1v2.
A.
Oh, they got the
10 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Wow.
that was an impressive spray transfer coming in from Kai. But they are going to win just purely on numbers advantage and getting the trade. Just 2 rounds away here from Cryptid. You know, I think that Ace had the right idea. They had the good play there, sitting and waiting patiently and kind of, you know, making Cryptid think, okay, maybe they're rotating, but they needed to execute a little bit quicker. So they allowed Min to get on the flank, although Min did not ultimately get a kill on the flank. They just delayed so much time and put too much pressure on Ace there, and they ran out of time.
The eye already dropping in. That's going to give a little bit of information towards Cryptid as Typicality finds a nice pick on, I think that's towards mid. So there's going to be a little bit of movement by Cryptid to try and plug up that hole that has been made by that very early pick.
Oh, they're reading this. They're reading this. Ace is trying to head over to C, but Cryptid's already going to be set up. Or maybe not. They might be bluffing. Kai is about to... able to find one.
The first
No, there's 2 more there.
Smoke.
I think there's 2 more there. Good utility use there. Good smoke. 3 more is there. Oh, just barely hits. But it's still going to find Dr. Ghoul. I mean,
It's going to be a quick trade, and the spike will be planted, but seems the Min is already on top of things. Min with a nice headshot right there, but isn't quite able to do the damage needed to take out Germs.
Cryptid left in a 2v2.5 here with Germs on, but 3 HP. Fufu now weak as well. They may try to just, you know, they don't have a lot of guns, so they might as well just run in and get a right click, you know. But Ace is gonna have the advantage there. I mean, just I don't think anybody expected Kai to get that kill after the concussion from the breach. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought that was really going to change the momentum of the round, the course of the round, to keep numbers even. You know, I thought Ace was just going to walk right in, get Kai, have 4v2, but I mean, just strong, just patience there coming in from Cryptid in the post plant situation. It's going to get aggressive.
Dodge that flash.
Ooh, nice
Able to dismiss after the first pick as well. The smokes are going to come through for the support as well, so even with the sprays through the smoke, not much damage is going to be done. So Min is going to be able to escape with the first pick. Yeah, things just slowing down is Ace just trying to decide on what they want to do, but Fry is actually in a really good position behind this box here. They don't
Ooh,
decide to check that, but
good teamwork
Typicality
there.
finds the pick on him in, so that's going to open things up a little bit more towards the Ace site.
Kai is kind of the
You
only
should
one here
run.
right now, but Killjoy does seem to have an angle from mid. Is he gonna fight go down? Kai Gamer able to
Oh my
fight
goodness.
too.
Turrets destroyed.
Knows the third is there. Well, tell Kai. Now Kai's gonna get aggressive on the A side. Maybe trying to pinch.
Mosaic is in a lot of trouble
One
too,
enemy
but
remaining.
Dr. Ghoul's able
30
to come in
seconds
for
left.
the save, and now Mosaic by himself
One
trying to
enemy
find
remaining.
these picks,
1v1?
finds the first on the guy, and goes into the
Not
1v1, but Lion Gamer with the spray.
3 huge picks there on the
Match
round
point.
coming in from Lion Gamer. Wow. I mean, that was a good Killjoy use there from, I believe, was it Mosaic that used the Killjoy, or was it Lion
Both,
Gamer's Killjoy? Both Killjoys were popped that round.
yeah, they both used
Mm,
Mosaic used it first, and then Lion used his in response
man,
to try and keep him from just pushing in after the killed the attacker lockdown went. So
three on the round there from Lion Gamer sets up Ace on match point, or sets up Cryptid on match point, I believe. But what? What is not from Euros? I mean, they're getting aggressive here now. They want that round back. They want to stay in this game. They're going to get the spike down. Germs up on the boxes now. They seem to be getting in their post-plant situation. The wingman on the spike.
yeah, and they're just gonna have to wait out this astral wall a little bit, I think,
Yeah.
just because of the sound.
Nightmare takes them.
That's
Now with
right.
the
I think here's Retro.
fatal, that's gonna open things up. Lion Gamer's able to find the first two.
One
Series
enemy
of
remaining.
trades coming
Could be
through,
one.
and now
All left up to restroom.
trying to go for these sprays, but no, Bunny
Unfortunate.
through the wall, hits the headshot, and now Kai just gonna have to defuse. I'm not sure
There
if there's
is
enough
time. I
time.
think there is. just barely.
Oh my goodness.
0.66
Defenders win.
seconds left, man.
Wow.
Great team play there at the end from Cryptid to get those final rounds. I mean, they played together as a team so well to just kind of stick on top of each other and make sure they got the trades when they needed to. But solid performance there coming in from Cryptid. I mean, dominance from Man, nice plays from Kai, Lion Gamer, Bunny Foo Foo, Fry. But I mean, Ace had a once they got on offense, though, you can see how offensive sided this map is. Like, Cryptid might have been, the better team today. They had their shots warmer, but Ace, once they got a few rounds going on offense, they were able to string, I believe, what they won four of their 6 on offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wish we would have seen a little bit more use of Gecko from Reshiram, but it's still an agent in early release, so not really a super surprise there, as it's still time. It takes time to adjust to these new characters, but
Mm-hmm.
really a solid performance there from both teams on Lotus.
Yeah, absolutely. But after that game, we're going to be going into a short break, but I do want to hit on some announcements real quick before we go. So once we return from the break, we will be doing our fitness drawing. The winner of that drawing will be getting a glorious model GMMK keyboard. And also coming up, we're going to be having our finals, both our finals tournament and an oath open. So
Oh yeah,
that'll be on. Oh gosh,
April 23rd for
yes.
Valorant and 22nd, so the day before the Saturday for Overwatch.
Yep. And so in the morning it will be the the league finals, so the teams that we've been seeing play during the week. That is when they will be playing in the morning, and then later we will be having an open tournament with amateur teams, collegiate teams, and then also our Oath competitive team will be playing in that as well. So make sure to tune in then. But we will be going on to a short break, and we will be back at 7:55. So please do not go anywhere, and we will be back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oath Valorant. We're back from our short break, and I am now joined with Jackson Amnesia. How are you doing, Jackson?
Yes, sir. I'm chilling. I'm a little tired. End of the week. I don't have class tomorrow, so this is my
Oh, that's nice.
Friday. But just a little tired. But I'm excited to watch some Valorant. So
Hmm.
especially Lotus, because we haven't seen Lotus yet. New map. I didn't get to. I watched a bit of the first game. Definitely was very fun. Min, popping off as usual. So that was fun. But excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, now that we're back, I did mention that we were going to be doing our fitness wheel spin. So we are going to go ahead and jump right into that. So So we have 31 names on here. This is the
There it
first week
is.
where
A
we've
lot
had
of
so
names.
many names. There's a lot of names on the wheel this time. So this is because this is actually from the last few weeks. So not only this week, but also the week where we had spring break. So
And
just
touching
making up from that.
grass.
Yes, and we had the bonus. We also had the third for the bonus where we had where those who
These
participated sent in a picture of them touching grass. Um,
We love touching
we
grass.
love going outside and touching grass. So that's why there's so many names, and you do see a few repeats, just because those are the people that decided to do it for both the 2 weeks and the bonus. So that's why there's
Yeah.
so many names for those of you who are wondering. So
And what's our prize, Aiden? What's our
oh,
prize?
yes, yes, yes. So the winner of this spin is going to get a glorious model GMMK keyboard. So that's a really,
Woo!
really nice keyboard. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous. So, uh, so whoever wins this is going to be extremely lucky. But yeah, so we're gonna jump right in, and we're gonna spin in 3, 2, 1, spin. Whoa!
Whoa, suspense.
Supernova!
Supernova! Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Supernova, for winning that gamer keyboard.
Yes, very nice keyboard. So congratulations, Supernova, on winning that keyboard. Like I said, I'm a little jealous. It's a nice piece of hardware to be able to use. So congratulations for that. But now that we've gotten that done, do want to go over the announcements once more. I know I just went over some of them before the break, but would like to go over them again. So on April 22nd and 23rd, we are having our Oath finals. Um,
Yes, yes.
on that Saturday, it will be the Overwatch finals, and then on Sunday will be the Valorant finals. Um, so, and both of them are going to be set up the same way. So in the morning will be our Oath League, our Oath Youth League, playing for their championship finals, and then in the afternoon and evening will be our Oath Open. So that will be amateur teams. Collegiate teams are going to be there, and then our Oath competitive team will be playing in that as well. I, for one, am pretty excited about that,
Yeah, I'm
actually, because
excited.
going going to Oklahoma State, our teams are going to be playing in that tournament, so I'm kind of excited to see some of those guys. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. It'll be a lot of fun. So make sure to mark your calendars for that, um, because that's an event you guys do not want to miss.
Yeah, I'm definitely very excited for that. I think it's going to be super fun, especially since, in the past, our events have been purely just the Oath teams because we've had a lot. But now, since we just decided to do the comp teams this time, we obviously have less teams. So we get to do extra stuff like that. And this time it's going to be a little bit extra too because it's going to be a little bit bigger. And also, we're going to have like little yard games to play too. So, going to have a little extra things to do. I think it's going to be super fun. So
Yes, yes. So make sure to mark your calendars, because that is, like I said, an event you guys do not want to miss. It'll be a lot of fun to be at. We'll be there in person as well, so make sure to come by, say hi. It's
yeah,
always great to see all y'all. So, um,
true.
yeah. And then also coming up, we are going to be having a volunteering event at the food bank. So make sure to keep your eyes and ears open for more information on that. But now that we're done with that's all of the announcements.
Re-oath on Friday.
Oh, so Reoath is also on Friday. Make sure to tune in for that. Just like a podcast thing. We talk about gaming, all that good stuff. So tune in for that as well. Thank you, Jackson, for intervening right there
Yeah.
because I was gonna forget to mention that.
Yeah, definitely want to check that out.
We also have 3 comp teams competing tonight. Just hearing the news on that. So if
We
so
have Overwatch Comp Team 3, VAL Comp Team 1, and VAL Comp Team 2 are playing the matches right now. And we got an update that VAL Comp Team 2 has played and finished the match. It was a best of 3, and they won on Haven 13-7. So congrats to them.
very awesome. Very awesome. So congratulations to them for a win. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Always nice to see our teams winning there. So
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that's all the announcements. I think I got them all. After that, thanks for a little bit of the help because I definitely forgot a few, but but yeah, that's all the announcements for now. Um, yes, so we're gonna be jumping in pretty soon. To our next game, which will be Damage and Vandals. We'll be on Lotus again. So Jackson, do you have any thoughts on
I
it?
you probably touched on this in the first game, but it's new, obviously. So teams might not be as seasoned on Lotus as maybe other maps because they haven't been practicing on it maybe as much as the others. They're used to the others. And it is a 3-point map. And the only other 3-point map that we have in the game is obviously Haven, which we've seen. And Haven, very similar concept. So you can kind of take what we saw in Haven, you can kind of take the concepts that we talked about, the strategies that we talked about on Haven, and kind of translate them to here because it is another 3-point map where the attackers have more opportunity. Definitely the biggest opportunity out of any of the maps because like on Haven we talked about, you can go through garage, you can go through all these places. Lotus has that too. They have the doors, the 2 little slow turning doors. One of them connects C main into that little B main there. So you can do a really quick rotate on attack, actually faster than the defenders can get there if you can get through the door,
Mhm.
take out the B defenders and get on site. And then on A, there's the door that goes in a tree, from main into tree on A. So the attackers can come from 2 different angles and the defenders have to hold 3 angles because they have to hold the CT stairs back there, they have to hold site, and they have to hold tree. On top of the fact that there's the breakable door in main that connects B.
Yeah.
So it's even more of a like crazy, like what is happening kind of map than Haven is. So I would say it's the most offensive sided map in the game because of how much stuff there is that you can do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I don't know
Yeah,
if
there's
you
a lot
agree
of
with me on that.
options. Yeah, there's a lot of options.
Yeah, definitely a lot of things you can do. And we have not seen it on stream yet because last time we played, and I know we just saw game 1, but this is the first time that we've actually seen the map. So I don't know about you, but I love this map so far. So I'm
Mhm.
personally excited to watch it.
Yeah, it's definitely honestly, I think it's I think it's a lot of fun to play on. Um, personally, I definitely
Yeah.
agree with you that it's pretty dynamic in comparison to some of the other maps that have been in this game for longer. Um, and so because of that, it leaves a lot more options for both your attack and your defense. Um,
Yeah.
as we saw in the map before between Cryptid and Ace, it can lead to some one-sidedness sometimes. We saw a much more attacker-sided map last game.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if that trend continues. Um, and I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. These 3-site maps do tend to be a little bit more difficult for your defense just because of your rotations, and it's just so much more bigger, and so it leaves a lot more space for the attackers to move around in, and be able to get behind your defense. Um, but that doesn't mean it'll stay that way. It just kind of depends
Yeah.
on the team and how they decide to play. So definitely going to be interesting to see how things line up for this game.
And and this comes with it being a very attacker sided map, is since defense doesn't have as much of an advantage as the offense does, it's very team oriented, you know. um the more even the sides are, the more it depends on how your team plays. Because on a map like Split, and we mentioned this when we played Split, but Split is very defensive sided.
Hmm.
So you can kind of just sit back, play your defense, and you have defense advantage. And as you like to call it, which I've been saying this term ever since you said it, is the sixth defender of the timer.
Hmm.
But on Lotus, you don't really have to worry about it because you can get places super fast, like we've
Yeah.
kind of stated already. So your team being able to play super well together is super important.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean those quick rotates, you don't even though the map is pretty big, you still don't realize like how quick you can get around. And honestly, I think the doors are a big like attribute to that, just
Yeah,
because you can cut corners a little bit when moving around the map. And yeah, it is really loud, and so the other team is going to know almost immediately like what's going on. But sometimes it doesn't matter just because you're moving that much quicker.
yeah.
So,
And I mean, you've seen, I mean, I don't know if you've seen, but I've personally seen a lot of, with the doors, because of how slow they move, you can kind of do some like maneuvering with it because the door's pretty big. So,
mhm,
especially if you're on a site, most of the time, and this is just like natural tendency, most of the time the teams are going to come in on the left side because there's a wall on that side.
mhm,
So instead of coming through the right side where they have to clear both sides, you just come in on the left,
Choose your
door
agent.
opens, you can see the enemies that are in that part of tree before you then clear the right side.
mhm.
So knowing that as a defender, you can kind of sit on their right side, your left side, and just hug while it's opening and go around them
Yeah.
if you know their entire team is going through, and then get behind them and none of them will have any idea. I've seen it happen before. I think it would be crazy to see a team do it, but because of how the door opens, it's certainly possible to do it.
Mhm. Yeah. And honestly, yeah, I don't know. The doors are kind of dangerous in my opinion though. Just
How
cuz
do
they're
you
so
mean?
loud.
Yeah, that is a interesting point. I think that comes in on defense because on defense, if you're like roaming up and you hit the door button, they know. But
Mhm.
if you're attacking, odds are the defenders know which site you're going to.
Yeah.
So the noise, you can use it as a bait on offense too. But like, again, odds are they probably know you're going that site. On defense, though, it can be a little tricky because usually if you're roaming up on defense, you're trying to be quiet.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah.
that definitely comes more into account when you're on the defensive side. And
Yeah.
I think Killjoy, to kind of go into like team comps, I think Killjoy's a great pick on this map too because of how many tight corners there are. It's very
Mhm.
tight corner E. No word to use there.
Yeah, we were discussing that earlier, how it's a very windy map.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of get caught in these corners a lot. But already swinging forward, and Vandal's moving very quickly in this pistol round, already finding the first two hits. Blue actually in the corner has kind of the opportunity there, but just swinging through, checking the corner, able to hit that headshot, and now they just have sight control.
Yeah, that was a very nice take there. Just using
Spike planted.
the speed to their advantage, able to get that breach done off on the 2 players that were sitting in that corner there, and then they're able to open the door, clear the corners properly. We saw Ubity do a great job of clearing that corner there, and they're still 5 men up. And now all they have to do is hold angles, and that's exactly what you saw Cyberbite do there. Samson knows where they are. Gonna go ahead and push Samson there, but Republic's Dev will take them out. That's very nice take from them. Like we said, you see Cher and Coop try to move up there in those corners to try to get a little of a pick, but that breach stun kind of shut them down a little bit. So they were able to get 2 picks off of that. And Ubity checks the corner in tree, giving them a 3-man advantage. And then all they got to do is sit on site and hold the angles, which is exactly what they did. Got the trades. Very flawless round coming out from Vandals at the very start.
Yeah, and I did like that too, because it looked as though they were going through main, but then they decided to just redirect and go through the door. And I think that that position in tree would have worked out a lot better if the attack decided to continue through main, because then there's no one behind you. You can just swing out and have plenty of cover. But that was a good redirect coming through from Vandals to be able to get that pick and clear it completely. So good job from them.
Yeah, and now Vandals is going to have a gun advantage for winning such a flawless round. They're all going to be able to have the money to start buying up. So as we see, Ubity has that Spectre. I can bet a few more who do, if not all of them. We see Dally has one, Cyberbite has one. So they're just kind of able to rush that site. And we see Ubity's Cypher trip there is going to catch out those flanks from damage there. And now down 2 players again, especially with slightly worse guns here. Vandals, all they gotta do is just sit here with their standing. Cyberbite getting a pick, and then Dally finishing off those 2 flanks. I really like that Cypher trip there because they were able to just, and that's why I love Cypher on this map too, because of the close corners. So there's a lot of ability to put those trips down and just catch them off.
Yeah, I think honestly, ever since the chamber changes to where you have to stay close to your trip, I think Cypher has become much stronger as a sentinel, just and flank watch in general, just because he's the only one now where you can place the trips and just walk away.
Oh, look at the bait though. I like this play. Slow sending bomb up C, and then we got Dally and Cyberbite over there baiting.
Spike down.
But contact will come out C main. Samson gonna take out Ubity. Stev getting the trade, but Kai being 30 HP here. Vandals has a slight advantage, but Damage does know where they are.
Oh, and here's Coop with the door. Has an opportunity here. Opens it at the right time.
Here's where the sound is gonna come into play, though.
There's the door.
Now they know.
Swinging, trying to find some damage. Does a little bit, but Republic Steve is able to get the kill. Now the rest of the defense
Spike down.
is hold this, and there's gonna be 2 quick picks from Kai.
1 enemy remaining. I need to stop concussing it.
Kai only 30 HP and managing to take out 2. Only 1 player remaining, and Kai with 30 HP remaining, able to take out 3 and shut down Vandal's advance there. But that's exactly what we saw there from Coop. Try to open that door, get a little bit of a pick, but that sound, it's the loudness that you mentioned earlier, especially when it comes to defenders trying to come up slow. Just the attackers are able to hear that and just turn around. And since the door opens so slow, they're able to have the angle covered before that door opens.
Yeah, that's really well done right there from Damage on defense. Just to honestly be patient as well, you know, kind of not really giving too much even at the low HP. But already Vandals starting to get ready for this take as Ubity finds the first on the share, and now this attack trying to away on the site as the ability gets sent through. Kai with some sprays. Blue finds 2 actually, but there's going to be immediately
Last player standing.
traded through.
Spike
And now
down
Kai
A.
by himself trying to find these last 2 picks to solidify this round.
We know with Kai it's certainly possible.
Spike planted.
Kai has such
One
great
enemy
positioning
remaining.
here. He's able to see Glaceon just before that wall goes up.
Concealment.
And now Kai is still full HP for this 1v1 on Cyberbite, but Cyberbite does know where Kai is. Who's gonna find the other first? Cyberbite gonna see Kai, but Kai is also gonna see Cyberbite. This is such a close 1v1. This could go either way. Kai doesn't know where Cyberbite went though.
There's the tap trying to
Check the
swing, and there it is. Kai with the 1v2 clutch, getting this, I guess, the
Clutch.
4th round.
Yeah,
Wow.
Kai managing to tie that game back up, getting damage. Another round, Vandal's gonna be kind of on a bit of a wonky buy on this round. Actually, maybe not. They just bought 4 rifles, so as I just said that. My bad. I don't know my economy, apparently. But, very nice pick there in the prime position to be able to take out Glaceon right before that wall goes up, and then is left in the 1v1, decides to play the time instead of run it, and finds Cyberbite before taking that engage, and is able to take those picks and clutch that round.
Taking that back.
And Kai just doing a little bit of a jump spot, trying to get any type of information possible. I think he might have seen Republic Steve cross over, and that's why they decided to smoke it out. But I'm not 100% sure there.
It could. I guess they're just gonna decide to walk up B here. Look at this position though from Coop. Are they gonna check the box? It looks like
Seem to be a little.
oh the trigger. Oh the trigger doesn't work.
I know exactly where you are.
Coop had the opportunity for a lot more. Finally check that corner.
Spike down B.
So
Coop.
so only one was fouled, but still the trades came through, and now Damage just going to try and push their way through
30 seconds left.
and get
Bale's not
aggressive here as Vandals decide to rotate away again to a different site. They're showing the all 3 sites on this round. Dally does seem to be aware of at least one
Last player standing.
doorway, but
Spike
there's
down
a
A.
series of trades, and the nade actually finds 2.
Nade gets
10
2,
seconds
man.
left. One enemy remaining.
Republic, it's possible. It's possible for Republic Steve. 5 seconds
have the
left.
Spike.
They have to get bombed down. Oh, and they don't have Spike. Oh no, Blue is too far away there. That was a nice round from Steve, being able to get that bomb down, and all they got to do is wait and run that timer down, getting Vandals another round. And it was a very nice try from Coop in the right position, but Cyberbite just decides to check that corner. Very, very smart decision, and spots Coop out in that corner. Coop was able to take out Cyberbite, but had to get that dismiss off, and just unfortunately, as they came out of this dismiss, got shot down.
Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse for the Vandals right there. Just that position from Coop. But it ended up that initial engagement. They were able to find the trades, but Coop again in just holding a corner might be able to find one. Sheriff finds the opening pick, but there's going to be a series of trades come through as you would be able to get a nice spray, and Coop holding this angle, but it gets
Spike
walled
planted.
off. So he's gonna have to shoot that down, give up his position. And Kai is able to find one on Dally. A little bit of a awkward gunfight here with Republic Steve, but Coop.
Oh, but
just
Coop
lining
knows.
up.
Pathetic.
Coop is
enemy
able to spot him
remaining.
out.
For more.
Another 1v2
enemy
scenario. Oh, that was so close. But Coop able to secure that. Another round coming out for damage there. a very close game so far, 4-2 here. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of just put these pieces together. The teams are completely different. There is not a single agent on one team that is also on the other. I don't think we've seen that so far. Usually there's like a certain comp that's kind of standard for maps. Like we see Raze get played a lot on Split. We saw Sage played every single round on Icebox. But Lotus is new. Lotus is different. There's a lot of things you can do. I think personally, it's really cool to see two completely different comps to see how different teams
Variety.
play. I love seeing how teams play these different maps, and both comps have the ability to get a lot of advantage.
Spike down
Nice
B.
pick onto Republic team from up top. Now it's just gonna get it. Oh no! Sorry. That's
Just spun out.
And oh my god!
Oh, stopper actually
Last
got
player standing. Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness!
That was so close.
Just
Managing to
a little
get
bit
4.
more. Just a little bit more bullets in that Vandal, and that pick is found. Just
And that
unlucky
flank,
right there.
that flank from Kai managing to get 2 and able to probably secure that for damage after getting that flank get 2. There's only one player remaining. They just kind of rush it, almost able to take out 2 of them, but unfortunately gets killed by the last player. And now Vandals here is going to have to save a little bit. Now being down 5-2.
Concealment.
Their econ suffering a little bit.
Getting aggressive, have crossed over behind this box, but the sprays were still coming through. Gonna do a little bit of damage, and Kai with one. There's a second, looking for more from behind Matt.
One enemy remaining.
And Coop on the flank now. This is just
Flawless.
into public Steve, and there it is.
Wow.
There's Kai.
Kai was just ready for that round. Kai just walking out C main, deciding to sit behind Mound there, which, you know, is a tactic that we see happen a lot. Especially with the Astra being able to kind of smoke themselves off and get advance in a Mound, and then you're able to hold from main and Mound. Kai takes out 2 and just kind of walks it up and continues to just pop, 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 and is able to just that the ability of the defensive, I don't know what you would call it, the walkout is Kai's really good at doing that. So
Yeah, just using those smokes to be able to like mask that aggression. Um, just really, really good right there from Kai. And then
yeah,
also the rest of his team pushing out from B main, right? To be able to get that flank, and then just the pinch coming through and just solidifying that round to where there's just nothing really that the Vandals could do at that point, because then they're both
sorry, I'm laughing at that zoom in on the Astro there.
because both because then the defenders are coming in from both sides. There's just not much you can do from that point.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a tech pause a little bit here. Cyberbite disconnected. It looks like 527 ping. I mean, you could like play on it, maybe. You could try. you you get the lag switch, the ping
Yeah.
advantage.
Oh
Uh, the-
gosh, that's about half a second worth of lag. So you're playing in the past at that point.
You're playing in the past. actually time traveling. They're just like
Um,
they're sitting in main, and then they get shot through a wall.
yeah. That that's a little rough. So we're just gonna wait it out a little bit, try and as they try and figure out what's going on. You know,
Look,
it's
it's like
not.
the BRB screen. Oh, never
um,
mind. We're on webcams. You can't see it.
um, but yeah, I mean, we're doing an online. It's an online game. You can't do anything online without not expecting something to go wrong. So
A little bit of internet, yeah.
yeah, so just gonna wait it out a little bit. Hopefully we'll be able to get him back into the game shortly, and then we'll be able to continue again. But yeah,
What? Yeah. What are your thoughts on the game so far? Now that we have a little time to kind of actually, there's a lot to talk about in this game, so it's like we're kind of like trying to get all our thoughts out there before
yeah,
action
yeah,
starts going. So now we have a little time to talk about it, get a little
yeah,
more
for
in
sure.
depth.
And okay, I know at the beginning of the game I did mention like, oh yeah, like it seems as though it's a little bit more of an attacker-sided map. Like that is not what we've seen so far.
Hey,
Uh,
it's like I said though, it's the ability to play really well as a team. And every team here at Oath is really good at playing well as a team. They practice together all the time. They are all very great kids. They're all really great at coordinating with each other. Um, but if, but obviously, not everyone's going to be able to play the same. It's two dominant forces against each other, and I kind of harp on this a lot, but it really is true. It's two really good teams pitting against each other. So it's just which team's strength is going to overcome the other, and especially on this map. Like I was saying at the beginning of the game, it looks like Damage is just getting what they need here.
Yeah, and speaking of getting what they need, Kai with a very nice opening pick over by C main. So just like I said, early pick to put that man advantage into Damage's favor now.
Yeah, you can see Damage is kind of just trying to play these angles here because they know they have man advantage. No reason to continue to push up. No reason to get aggressive and lose a man, especially when you're up and on defense. All you gotta do is sit here and hold the angles. Vandals is going to have to push into you eventually.
30
and it looks like
seconds left.
Vandals is going to decide to get aggressive here and take the A site, but is shut down here by Cher. Only 36 HP remaining though.
Yeah, but still in a pretty good position here up in heaven. So still gonna be able to
You
cut
will
off
not kill
part
my
of sight
ally.
at least as the
10
rest
seconds
comes
left.
through.
Last
But
player
Darren
standing.
Blue just shutting things down, finishing it off with that operator. Lands that final shot onto Republic Steve, and
Flawless.
very, very nice defensive round coming from Damage after that short break. Sometimes those pauses can be all that is needed to be able to reset the momentum, but Damage doing a good job of being able to just stay on top of things after that.
Yeah, and one thing that Damage really did that round that I like to think about a lot is how you retake. Because the way you retake is, there's a lot of ways to do it. And what they did is they backed off, Cher got a pick, waited for the team, they retook almost immediately. Like, Bomb was down, Damage was on site. And it's a really good opportunity because you know Vandals is probably going to be really grouped up on site as they're getting bombed out. So they're able to overwhelm them and just surround them, which is what they did. And we're able to just get pick just by surrounding them and Vandals not knowing where the defenders are sitting at. So they were able to take advantage.
Yeah, and already trades are coming through. Sharon Blue doing their work to try and hold down this site as much as possible, as the final two attackers are now stuck in tree. So this is a pretty good position for Damage to be in, as now they're just gonna try and wait it out and figure. I'm not sure if they know where
Last
both
player
of the
standing.
attackers are, but Republic Steve able to get that pick, so that's gonna be the call made to Samson.
Spike planted.
Now, this is a pretty good position to be in, actually, for Samson.
Yeah, another 1v2. We've seen a lot of 1v2s here.
One
Oh, it's
enemy
gonna get
remaining.
flanked! But Samson was ready for it. Samson turned around, right as Republic Steve turned that corner. Dally, the only one remaining. Samson looks like it's just going to go ahead and stick it. All sticks it to half. And decides to take the peek after getting it to half. But Dally in the right position, able to shut that down, getting Vandals another round back in their favor, pulling the momentum back into themselves.
Yeah, it was a really well done by Vandals. I was a little worried right there when the lockdown was placed down because just because of the reach, that covers most of the site, and as we saw there, the only safe place Dally could go was in the very back over by Pit. So that could have been really really bad for Vandals when the lockdown went down, but they were able to play it perfectly. It worked out. But yeah.
Yeah, and we see the showstopper come out from Dally, but it's just unfortunately not able to get anything off of it because damage just, kind of ran off site really quickly. You hear, here comes the party. And you're like, I don't want any part of that party. Able to get plant down here, Vandals. Because of that scare, still got some utility off the Razor by just able to scare him off. But Kai able to use that operator and get an initial pick. And it looks like Damage is going to take this opportunity to kind of surround him again. But Republic Steve is in the right position. Samson going to get that trade though. Trades, so many trades coming out. All Coop has to do is just
One
stick
enemy
this.
remaining.
But Cyberbite and Glaceon are going to get the picks. Coop now has to stick this corner and only has an op.
Is half.
Oh, it's half.
This
Is
is
Coop
doing
going to be able to stick it?
Last
Able to
round
stick
before
that.
the
The
switch.
bomb was sitting in the corner. The rest of Damage's players just able to hold them off long enough to get it half. I don't think Vandals knew that it was halved. So all Coop
Wow.
has to do is just get back on bomb. And before Vandals is able to peek that and take Coop off bomb, Coop has managed to get it. So another round
Turret out.
coming back in Damage's favor. Looks like it might be a 9-3 here.
There's
9-3
definitely the
covers.
For it, Coop with the
Ooh.
behind the first. That's a very long angle and a very hard fight. Going to res Dally share, finding the pick onto Cyberbite, trying to defend Dally from dying a second time from the res. Be able to jump
Oh, the
across
pop and swing.
Share.
See the pop and swing come out from Republic Steve.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Ubity though.
Down.
Ubity with the flank on Cypher. Very strong. Able to get... Oh, wait, it wasn't a flank. I just didn't know where the kill came from. Able to get a nice pick in a man, not flanking. Able to kind of rotate around here.
Yeah, just rotate away. They do have the man advantage too, so as soon as they get the spike down, this is going to be a very good position for Vandals to be in. It's just a matter of holding it at that point. That the Viper's pit's going to go out, so that just makes it 1% harder for the remaining defense to hold. And it's like trying to decide on where
30
they want
seconds
it
left.
planted right now.
Spike planted.
Yeah, this Viper's pit going down is definitely going to be a little hard for Damage to retake, but Blue was able to even this out to a 3v3. And Vandals with this Viper's pit is a little pinched because they're all going to be sitting in the Viper's pit here. Damage, all they got to do is play together here. Ubity going to take out Share though. Now kind of stuck in a weird position here. Blue able to take out Ubity. They could kill me. But Vandals, Republic Steve, and Glaceon able to finish off the last two players, netting Vandals another round in their favor. So not a 9-3. I was wrong. Pastor's curse moment. It will be 8-4 going into the second half, making Vandals the defensive team now. What are your thoughts on Damage now being on attack?
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they approach it. We saw a fairly aggressive play style from Vandals when they were on attack. So, but their play style or their team comp, really allowed that. They were just able to
Yeah.
put the Cypher trips down and then just go.
They got Killjoy though. Damage
Yeah.
has Killjoy.
Yeah, so it'll definitely be interesting to see how they approach it, just because their team comp is totally different. You mentioned it earlier.
Comps? Yeah, the comps could
they're not the
play
same.
very so. What? The raise nade. Now he just knows where to throw these nades.
Wow. Well, there goes the Killjoy.
Yeah, flank wash down. Vandal's
and they're just
definitely gonna take that.
Yeah, they're just gonna move away, and it seems as though there's a little bit of a setup here. Ubity waiting patiently, does have both the cage and the trip ready for this take if they decide to continue on to see. Republic Steve just playing on top of the wall, drops down after making himself a share with some nice
wait,
shots,
this
and
could be
even
huge!
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
the stun.
That was, I think, one of the biggest breach stunts I've seen in my entire life.
Wow.
That breach stun coming out from Cyberbite was massive. Damage was all lined up there, able to stun, I think, all 4 of them, and was able to peek out, get 1 pick, and then the boombot from Dally was just able to reach the players in time because they were stunned. They weren't able to shoot it, and was able to take out another.
Yeah.
Definitely gaining Vandals that round.
I think Daly got 3 kills that round, and all 3 were from Util.
Well, they got 1 with the ghost.
Okay.
But yeah, 2 of it. 1 was with the boombot, 1 was with the nade. Oh, okay, calm down, Cher. Cher with a really nice early pick with that Sheriff.
Yeah, that's gonna create plenty of space. But Cyberbite,
Check
check it, and there's
Spike
the spray.
This
Pretty low,
spray
though,
from the
so there's
Spectre's
the
just too
trade.
strong. Oh, wait, what? Wait, oh no! Kai really wanted the knife. Just in time.
Last player standing.
This is doable. Oh no.
For you.
Vandals able to bring another round in their favor here, putting this at 8-6 now. The started 8-4. It's now 8-6. It's definitely a very close game so far.
Yeah, one step closer now off of that round, and it's a little messy. It's a little messy, but it worked out in the end for them. So,
I want to say really nice pick from Cher with that Sheriff at the beginning, though.
Yeah, even on the lighter buy, they were still able to get a lot of value off of what they did get.
Yeah, and we still see a okay buy come out here from Vandals, but it is their bonus round. They're not trying to get crazy. They're just trying to save money because they know Damage is probably going to have the better guns. But if they can manage to, get a pick or 2 and not let enough slip by them, could make something happen here. A lot of damage coming out from Ubity. Vandal's gonna try to get a pick or 2. Coop only at 16 HP. Cher gonna take out Dally though. Only 3 players remaining for Vandals here. There's a huge
start
pick from
jumping
Cyberbite.
Coop knows now. Yeah, there's the pick.
Last player standing.
Yeah,
I mean,
Damage. Yeah,
a little
Damage
bit of
able
a
to kind of
diff
take
right
that.
there.
Yeah. But, I mean, they got 1. It's better than none, you know what I'm saying? And it was their bonus round, so they're kind of not expecting to get a ton off of it. So they know as long as they can get something, and that was something. So now they're kind of able to buy back up. Obviously, Vandals is going to be able to buy as well. So we're going to start getting into some gun rounds here. It's going to be interesting how the game is going to play out from this point, because now we're going to start finally seeing even matchups in terms of weapons, how it's going to all shake out.
Dally just honestly shooting all the utility possible. Cyberfight finds the first pick onto Coop. Nice headshot. And Dally just trying to make it work with that ghost that still, but there's only so much he can do. But Cyberfight still fighting for the site.
Wait. Look where Samson is. Samson did exactly what I was talking about. Just hugged that wall and came out tree. And was able to get a pick on Glaceon. It happened!
Last
It
player
happened!
standing.
But Republic's team is able to shut down Samson there. Blue, the only player remaining here. 4 damage.
One enemy remaining.
Blue able to get Steve though, but Blue is at 37 HP. Kind of a tense moment here.
He does have Spike as well, so Blue has
Hey,
to push.
Ubity, all Ubity has to do is hold it, but they know where Ubity is. Ubity also does know where Blue is. And they hear the peak! But Blue gonna get a nice headshot on a Ubity. That's another 1v2 clutch.
But no one
Going to get Vandals another round there, or damage another round there. 10-6 now.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Well, there was a lot going on in that round for sure. Just because of how spread out all the gunfights were. It's not like it was all on.
Get
all
out
on
of
the
my
side.
way!
Like, you see a lot of the team fights. It's just kind of everybody was taking their own one-on-one.
Oh, the aggression.
Damage just holding W, just going in. Cher leading the charge. Looking knives, looking for one. Finds the first onto the still looking for more. Galley shuts it down with the op. Coop gonna get caught in a bit of a crossfire, and that's gonna be the Cypher ultimate used by Ubity. So they're gonna know where this attack is coming from.
Yeah, Vandals did a great job shutting down that very aggressive attack from Damage there. And making it a 3v3, especially knowing that Vandals has an op in their hands now. Sorry. They know it's going to be a little scary to kind of push in here, so they are going to make this fast rotate.
Okay.
They don't know that Ubity is sitting here on site. Is going to able to get their first pick onto Blue.
Hello.
It's another no. Kai's around the corner. But Kai's able to spot out Ubity just in time, making it 2v2 again. But the shot's not
One
working.
enemy remaining. Spike planted. Last player
It's
standing.
trade after trade, dude. Bomb is down for Samson. Oh no, the breach ult.
Yeah, and Cyberbyte's just gonna chase that through, trying to find this final shot onto Samson as the mollies go down. Way to go here,
Wow.
Samson clutches the 1v1 with Cyberbite, lands that headshot, and that's another round going towards damage in these clutch situations.
Yeah, that was a very nice peek there from Samson, able to shut that down there, especially after getting breach ulted from Cyberbite. Just gotta wait out that timer, sit behind the wall there, wait for it to run out, and then get the peek. That's exactly what they did. Able to win that 1v1, gaining Vandals, or sorry, damage another round there, being 11-6, and now Vandals is kind of down some weapons. So maybe a match point here for damage, unless Vandals can kind of shut down their buy here.
They're trying to move up quickly. You'd be just hiding in the cage. Opportunity for more. And there's a second.
Trigger.
It looks like Vandals might be able to shut it down here.
Yeah, that lockdown just barely covering all of sight. So he's gonna have to move fully away from sight. But Glaceon trying to get that flank gets shut down by Kai. And now Damage have some options because of
Well,
that.
Steve's gonna hear him running out. This is a good opportunity, but Kai knew. Kai was ready for that. Almost knew someone was lurking up. Now making that a 3v3 and using the Astro Wall to kind of shut off A site from the rotations. Probably gonna be able to get this bomb down.
30 seconds left.
Kai finding
getting 3.
another onto you.
Last player
Trying to
standing.
get aggressive. That's
Oh,
4.
Kai.
Spike
Don't
down
do it to
A.
him, Kai.
You know where Dally is now because of that pick. So all the utilities are gonna start coming through. Kai looking for this final pick for the ace, and here it is.
Barrel of the gun is
Kai
always
taking a
dark.
fantastic ace. It was looking a little
Match
lost
point.
at the very beginning. From Ubity, able to take out 2 players with the nice positioning there on C. Being down 2 players, but Kai with the fantastic initial pick, predicting that B lurk, able to get the Astro Wall down and managing to ace. We saw an ace earlier in the first game come from Min, but we're going to see another ace in this series too come out from Kai, putting damage to match point. But Vandals does have a buy here.
Dally with the nade.
The stun
Oh
nade,
my
Samson is
goodness.
one.
Does
That
a
was huge
lot
for
of
Vandals.
damage. That's a good setup now for Vandals. As the attack decided to try and come through. The wall was opened and some utilities sent through to break, but Ubity still holding this side.
Yeah, they're just gonna go ahead and decide to rotate it here after seeing that Ubity's util is there. They probably are safer not pushing it aside for util if they can help it. So they're just gonna go ahead and take that full rotate quickly onto C. But we will see Glaceon get a quick rotate. Gonna decide to back off and play with the team though. Very smart decision making here.
Dally finds that first, second as
planted.
well, going for some more trades. There's the nade thrown in, just barely misses low, but Blue still on 1 HP and gets shut down by
Last
Cyber
player
by
standing.
Coop now.
Dally.
So trying to get some work done, switches to the Vandal for the closer gunfight, but Glaceon shuts that down, and now
Flawless.
off is actually in the defensive hands. That was a really good round coming out from Vandals.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see coming out from the defense here, from Vandals here. As I almost say this every game we play, but it really is a momentum-based game. And if they're going to get that first pick, all they got to do now is keep that momentum going. They got the first round. All they got to do is now just keep it going, keep it up, keep the mental in, and keep the strats coming.
Yeah, damage already trying to move their way up into B. I think this is the first time that they've actually tried this site. So, yeah, but it seems as though they don't want to shoot down this Sage Wall quite yet and give away their position on what they're trying to do. So just waiting it out, it seems, as being very patient, but half the round will be gone by the time this wall goes down, so they're gonna have to move quickly once it does.
Yeah, I guess they're just deciding to wait for the Sage Wall to go down. But Steve is almost predicting it, just decides to sit here. But is going to get spotted out. Gonna go ahead and back off. Let damage take that site. Very smart decision, waiting for the team though. And now taking out Samson.
Spike down,
Spike
B.
Planner dead. Oh, and there's the ult from Dally.
Last player standing. Ah, Avi.
Blue by
30
himself
seconds
now.
left.
30 seconds. Have to try and make his way onto site to get the plant down, or just steal and kill everybody. But Dally just holding the angle with the op shuts that down, and Vandal's just one step closer now to continue to make this comeback happen.
Yeah, definitely a great play there from Vandals. And now it looks like damage is going to have to save. So maybe another good round here coming in for Vandals. 12-8 right now, maybe going to make this 12-9. The momentum really is starting to come into play here.
Yeah, for sure, and especially if they're on the weaker side. This is a good opportunity, and Dally finds that opening pick with the op, looking for more, but just barely misses Blue on the cross.
Yeah, they're just going to go ahead and back up, play with that off. Allie's just gonna wait for damage to push into them. Everybody in a good position here. Coop with the strafing.
Flashes through, but
Spike
Cher
planted.
finds the pick on the Cyber
Bomb buddy
Bite.
out.
Now Dally just right out his utility. You get a little bit of information through, but Coop swings up with
want to
that
find
Spectre
it.
and able to get the pick on the Dally, just moving so much faster. And now things are looking a little bit more dire for Vandals here, as they have to win to
Especially
try
the
to keep this
Astral
game
Wall.
going.
The Astral Wall definitely kind of shutting them off a little bit. All Damage has to do now is just hold these angles, and they are on match point. They know they have the ability to. Glaceon gonna
One
take the
enemy
aggressive
remaining.
play.
Face
So
your
will
fear!
Steve. But Blue and Coop kind of shutting it down. Ubity takes one out, but Blue will
Attackers
end up
win.
getting the trade. Not a thrifty, but still a lighter buy coming out there from Damage. So Damage able to take kind of a great round there and able to finish up that game. We saw Vandals get a little bit of momentum in their favor, but Damage just able to shut it down with some really nice team play at the end there.
Yeah, that was a really good game. You know, both sides definitely showed some new things. You know, we haven't really seen this map played out at all, really. But between these oath teams, so definitely fun to see what they had in store for us tonight.
Yeah.
But with that being said, that was our final match for tonight.
There's a
Um,
few little announcement here. We got a little bit of an update more on the comp
yes.
teams. You know, we're talking about the play tonight. So I'm a bit of a small brain individual. VAL Team 2, the Haven match I was talking about was just their first game. That wasn't the whole series. But they did win the whole series. They 2-0'd it. So definitely great win there. And Val Team 1 is heading to map 3. Had a loss in the first game and a win in the second game. So definitely gonna want to stick around and see what happens there with them.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah, definitely go see what's going on with them. Make sure to support them as they go into their third match or third map, sorry, um as they try and win out that match. Do want to go over the announcements that I went over again, just in case you missed them. On April 22nd and 23rd, we will be having our Oath finals. On the 22nd will be Overwatch, and the 23rd will be Valorant. In the mornings will be our Oath Youth League finals. So that'll be like the teams that we saw play today. It'll be them competing in that, and then later in the day we will be having our Oath Open tournament, which will have amateur teams, collegiate teams, and then also our Oath competitive teams that are also playing tonight. Um, so make sure to write that down on your calendars, mark that down, because that is definitely going to be a very fun event to check out. Um, and so there will be more information on that soon, and then also there will be volunteering event at the food bank. Again, more information coming up
Yep,
on
yep,
that
yep.
soon, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Um, and then also tomorrow, on Friday, we'll have our
Rio, Rio,
Reoath
Rio.
podcast. So if you want to just check in with that, you know, we'll talk about anything esports. We'll talk about Oath. We'll talk about professional Valorant, whatever, like professional Overwatch. You know, we'll talk about anything and everything. It's a lot of
Talk
fun.
about some
Make sure to check it out.
stuff.
Yeah, talk about some stuff. So make sure to check that out. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's about it when it comes to our announcements. So yes, thank you for tuning in tonight. Just also remember on Tuesdays our Overwatch side of Oath plays as well. So make sure to check them out. They play at 7 and 8, just like we do, just on Tuesdays. So if you get the chance, make sure to check them out. That's a lot of fun over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's about it for us this week. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see y'all next Thursday.